This video is going to show how to replace the AC control valve on an XC60. The same part is used on the S60, S60 Cross Country, S80, V60, V60 Cross Country, V70, and XC70. Control valve plugs into the compressor, and that's how you access it. Symptom we had was our car was not cooling. Took it to Volvo for an AC diagnosis, and they came back and said the problem was the control valve, and the repair was $750. Parts about $120, $139 MSRP, and I installed it myself. Installation should have been pretty straightforward, but mine was not due to some issues with the old valve getting stuck, and I'll show how I fixed that in this video. The AC control valve is inserted into the compressor and has a wire connector going into it. In the picture showing right now, the valve is out, but the area where the valve goes is circled in yellow. Now this picture shows the valve in the compressor. Can only go one way. There's a notch it slides into. The first thing you have to do is remove the wire connector, and you lift the back of the snap shown in yellow and push it back past the bump of the control valve. Then you can pull the wire off. This video shows a little more detail. Sorry, it's a little blurry.
See this piece right here? That's what you have to lift up just a little bit with I use a small screwdriver on that side to pop it back up. But then now it just clips into place. When you're taking it off, you got to get a screwdriver right there, pop it up, and then this whole thing pushes forward.
I had the R134 coolant evacuated prior to removing the control valve. I'm not 100% sure that needed to be done because I think there's a schrader valve behind the control valve that keeps the coolant in there, but since I wasn't sure, I went and had it evacuated. For the next step, you're going to need snap ring pliers to remove the snap ring holding the control valve in place. You put the plier ends into the holes and you squeeze them to compress the snap ring, and then you can remove the snap ring by pulling it towards you. The wiring harness does need to be out, and that's what we did in the last step.
You have the control valve. You should just be able to, grab it by here and pull it out, or put something in there. I grabbed long needle nose pliers to try to pull it out, and that wasn't going anywhere. I ended up totally destroying the end of the old valve, and I said it was rusted, that's why it wasn't going anywhere. So you see that screw that I drove in there, that's how I got it out. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it back in there and show you how I got it removed. Okay, so the expansion control valve only goes in one way, and you can see there's that little round indentation on there, and that lines up right here on that one. So that's where it's going to go in. It would be pushed in. As I destroyed the thing trying to get it out of there because it was rusted in place. So I got a drill with an extended drill bit, drove in that screw, and then I grabbed a pry bar. Yeah, you can see this pry bar, and brought this in through here like that, and got it on there, and then I leveraged it against this. This is all metal right here, and that's how I was able to remove it. It does make a pop sound when it comes out, and I had a lot of I guess they were looking for leaks at some point, because I had a lot of the green yellow liquid come out from I guess I said a leak check. Okay, so I put a little bit of refrigerant oil on the new unit, especially on the underside where it was rusting, after I'd kind of cleaned that out, and on the O-rings, and then you push it in, it goes in snug, and I got it pushed to a certain point, and then I use a really long needle nose here to push it in, and you hear a pop or a snap. It clicks into place, I guess is a better way to put it. And that way I know it's in there, and I'm going to put the O-ring back on.
For the snap ring, I set it in place by hand as much as I could. One side was in, the other was leaning out. I then used the snap ring pliers to squeeze the snap rings, and then I pushed it back so it was firmly in place. The snap ring should be fully seated in the groove that is located where the control valve goes. Sorry this video is grainy, but the last step is to reconnect the wiring connector to the AC control valve. The wire connector just slides into the end of the control valve, and then you push it in. You will hear a click when it snaps into place.